What do we need the Holy Spirit for? Well, let's look at it as we recap yesterday's sermon. Well, in Acts 1, Simon Losley from Hillsong Zurich, who came to preach so well, preached on Acts 1, verse 7 and 8. He said to them, "It's not for you to know times or seasons that the Father has fixed by his own authority, but you will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem, in all Judea and Samaria, and to the ends of the earth." Well, that's why the Holy Spirit is needed, to be a witness. My experience is that if I try to witness, it gets really crampy. I get really difficult conversations. They don't flow naturally. But if I'm in a connection with the Holy Spirit, those conversations come to me. 2 weeks, it's a month ago now, honestly, I had a conversation with a young man in the train. I sat down, I felt something about this man. I thought, like, something is different about this man. Let's see. And I struck up a conversation about his T-shirt. He had a T-shirt that said something. I thought, like, maybe it's coding. I asked him, "Is it about coding?" And he's like, "No, this is just a summer camp T-shirt." Silly conversation. I thought, "Oh God, this is not going anywhere." But it just somehow kept going, and within the 5 minutes, he starts to talk about his ADHD issues and that his family has rejected him. Nobody thinks he's worthy. And it's like, oh my God, what's happening, right? And I said to him, that was my last sentence that I could drop before I have to exit the train. My hope, my prayer is that you would meet the Father who said, "This is my Son in whom I'm well pleased." I think that just was the right word at the right moment. God can guide us into conversations like that. I know a very strong preacher who experienced God when he was a gay atheist activist, like opposed to religion, opposed to Christianity, opposed to everything. And the way he experienced God was he had an interview, and in that interview, suddenly the other person who he was doing the interview with felt the Holy Spirit and started to talk to him about God and had a short moment of prayer. And he felt God asking him, "Do you want me?" And it changed his life radically. So when the Holy Spirit is upon us, we witness in his own unforced, powerful way. All right. Well, how do we get to the Holy Spirit? That was the other point by Simon Losley, is that we have to wait. That's why Jesus says it's not for you to know times or seasons that the Father has appointed by his own authority. Waiting is actually, that's the tough thing. If you know how long you would have to wait, it would not be hard or less hard, right? But if you know, like, how long is this journey? No idea. How long do we have to wait for the Holy Spirit? No idea, right? How long would you wait? The disciples had no clue how long they had to wait for the Holy Spirit, and they waited for 10 days straight. Now imagine a prayer meeting where you wait for 10 days, and you're like, "Oh, it's day 6, nothing has happened. Let me go home." In fact, I think a few disciples might have gone home because the numbers changed a little bit. The first time it's mentioned who is there in the upper room, and the second time. Well, it's a challenge, right? Waiting for the Holy Spirit. Now, how do we wait? It's an active thing. It's not just like right? It's this listening, expectant, praying. That's the type of waiting that says, "I'm waiting for you. I'm yearning for you, Holy Spirit." And usually, this is how I do it. I spend some time in prayer first, like in the morning, do a short walk. And then the second time, once I'm done walking back, I'm quiet and I just wait. Usually I feel nothing has changed. To the moment where I then meet other people, I feel like something has changed. It's interesting. Just this maybe 20 minutes of quiet are very hard for me because I'm not a quiet person, as you can tell. But when the Holy Spirit comes upon us, we're empowered to be witnesses for him. And so this is my challenge for you. Spend some time in the wait. What shall you do? Pray. That's what you're going to do. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful week.